Meditation is giving us energy, wisdom, and friendships. To be successful, Chanakya, in one of his somewhere is beautiful wisdom that he delivered. To be successful, one needs to have passion. One needs, of course, have the knowledge in the subject. And then he said mentor. And mentor, and then we add fourth one, friendships. Knowledge, passion, which is equal to energy. Passion is equal to clarity plus energy. Knowledge, the wisdom of having been there, done that. Knowledge is one, wisdom is another. Experiential knowledge becomes wisdom. Whether the experience is physically done or experience is accessed, it's all about at any given time we're trying to access what we have done before to make a decision. So accessed knowledge, or it is actually having done it, is wisdom. Then we know how to make a decision. So passion is energy plus clarity. Knowledge, wisdom, which is experiential knowledge. Then a mentor who comes from out of friendships. If we have many friendships, then of course we can be wise to choose a mentor. But from Chanakya, if anybody has these three, then they can be very highly successful. This is I used to advise. So materially, we have them. But the level of relationship, materially, when we say material energy, we're talking of body energy. Material wisdom, of course, is required. And friendships, we need them. To progress on the material goals, we have to have all these three. From there comes a mentor. You must have a mentor. I always had my technology side, I used to have a very, very knowledgeable mentor, but ground to earth. He was in West Coast, Oregon, where the company where I worked for a long time, called Paul McKinney. I'm very, very grateful to him. My meditations, because he made me what I am from a technology perspective. Very proudly, I did do a lot of deep, hardcore computer stuff in those days. But it so happened, but then I was able to latch on to him, recognized. So we all should look for a mentor who can give us independence to execute, who can give us independence to execute. And then every time we go to them, they will give us suggestions. Only when we really, really are off the track, they'll come and tell us. Otherwise, they let us play. They let us play the game. So material success, I was quite happy, at least I was fulfilling. I had a fulfilling technology career for the most part. Subsequently, when I moved as a business leader, then I had, towards the later part of my career, I didn't fix one person, but definitely during my Senavi days, I had a mentor who was my advisory board member called Vic Mahadevan. He used to live in California, but he really helped. I used to look up to him on a regular basis as a mentor, more than not just an advisory of the company, but also as a mentor individually. He was a very successful technology leader. I was also looking to my end of the days, towards far end of my, as because I was parallelly having both careers, spiritual career, business career, materially. So also had Lawrence towards the end of it. She was a general manager, very successful business leader. Every now and then, understanding, maneuvering this large system of IBM, we always need a mentor for various reasons. Spiritually, I had my mentors, Dr. GK, for quite a few years beginning, and Patriji. You go to them not every day, but of course to the mentors you go on a occasional basis. You update them, you take advice. Key decisions you bounce with them. You sound to them and say, what do they feel? So materially, passion, which is energy plus clarity, wisdom, and then friendship. Same thing even for spiritual progress. Meditational wisdom, meditation energy, meditation friendship. And there comes a mentor if we wish to have. So we are gaining these three tremendously in this program, this 6 weeks program. to be successful. It's just that formula of Chanakya works everywhere. So we take the same when we are in this practice of meditation to be successful. If we apply, then we need all of this, all of these four meditation energy. So we are a lot more passionate as we understand it. We are gaining more and more passion, interest towards this. If we don't have interest towards, if we inculcate interest, then how do we inculcate interest? We read more, right? Then we inculcate interest. When we have more interest, then our slowly become more passionate about the subject. When I read Yuri Geller was from Israel. So he does something called psychokinesis, which is essentially through thought energy, he can have spoons and ladles and objects remotely, some other houses, make them float, make them move from one place to another. You can search Uri Geller. When I read that, when I got to know about it, it was like a lot of curiosity. How is it possible? The subject is called psychokinesis. When I saw videos of a psychic healer called Alex Arbito, and then subsequently researched more, like John of Gods and a few others, who are putting external objects into the body, or some Alex Arbito puts his fingers into the body and then takes it out, and then there is something happens there, and then he's removing something, and then it just does, just after finishing the operation, just all it does is this, and there's no blood, nothing. Those days, a lot of curiosity, a lot of interest. Immortality, when I attended this immortality program, that raised a lot of interest. What is that immortality? Because there is proof that many people are living without eating. In front of my eyes, I used to see, and of course she's there, Jas Moheen, who does not eat other than having other than having a little bit of water and then maybe some masala chai. She does not eat, but always glowing, beautiful face, mother of two or one, and from Australia. So all these things, when I was reading, and of course, when you read this book, Swami Rama's book, Living with Himalayan Masters, you get so much curiosity. Is it all possible? How is it? How does it exist? So we generate a lot of curiosity. We develop a lot of curiosity. Even this book by Splading, is like that. So we read to increase our interest, and then slowly, we develop passion. So meditation is helping us increase our interest in many subjects by itself. Of course, reading books generates interest in meditation. So material energy, meditational wisdom, core reason why we've got so much here, dear friends, is that so many times we're talking about wisdom we are walking both the path. Dhyana yoga, jnana yoga, both are necessary to increase the power of consciousness, meditation to increase the power of mind, knowledge. Both are necessary. Expand the conscious mind, knowledge. Expand the subconscious mind, meditation, and reprogram the subconscious mind, meditation. So that's why knowledge path is so important. So material wisdom, ton of it. We need to continue to gain. And then material friendships. Tapaha swadhyaya ishvara pranidhana. So swadhyaya is that in order to gain knowledge, or in order to multiply our experiences, we need to have these friendships. And then in order to increase our understanding, so we are always doing sadhana sangatya. So friendships are essential to relate to each other, to bounce back, to I tell what we know and then they tell what they know, right? It's like that. So very natural. So with meditation also, we must make meditation friends. Our WhatsApp groups are meant for that. This interaction is meant for that. When you are hearing some beautiful experience, don't let it just stop there. Reach out to them. Like Meena Joyce was saying, I'm going to get to you, Divya, yesterday. Like that. Now reach out to them always. I'm sure there'll be some click to you. Whatever that clicks to you. So make those friends. Is our goal, is our wish, sincere wish, that by the time you finish a 6-week program, you at least have 10 friends. 5 closely, 5 maybe arm's length, where you can continuously travel together, co-travel. Make friendships with these facilitators. They're doing meditation, they're also doing service. So there is a larger viewpoint that are always being understood. So dear friends, just the way energy wisdom, and friendships are there, materially successful. To be successful, we have those three from meditation perspective, and then we constantly look to improve all of them. Our meditation is increasing our energy for sure. Our reading is increasing our wisdom for sure. We read, we learn, and then meditation gives us so many experiences to actually put that into practice. A lot of people say, after starting meditation, my life is going through a roller coaster. Initially, it's all great. Afterwards, there are lots of this is happening, that is happening. Why, after meditation, my business is just not going great, or this is not there, that's not there. I'm seeing more challenges now if I'm looking back. If we have to take challenges, it will give you challenges. Because the wish that we have done is to be happy every moment, right? To be happy every moment, is that a small wish? To be happy every moment of life. If that's what is enlightenment, is to be happy in all the time, no matter what it is. Be equanimous to everything and then be happy. And that is a big wish. Come on, face it. That's a big wish. We are trying to overcome all the limitations that we thought we had limitations in all the five bodies and then become that. So naturally, in order to be happy, in order to prepare ourselves to any situation, consciousness is always paying attention. Is looking at it and saying, where is this person is going to succumb when there is a challenge? What is the learning further that is there? And then wherever the challenges, the learnings are required for us is where the challenge is given. We keep getting life experiences always like that. When you get a life challenges, they are for us to initiate us into a greatness, go into something larger by overcoming rather than succumb to it and then go back into your old habit of grudging about it, complaining about it, feeling low about it, all that. So recognize that meditators will continue to have challenges. It's not that it'll be a nice, soft, comfy environment. It's not like that. It is for everybody. It is just that our learning will be accelerated because you already put your attention where you place your attention. There, the energy is placed, and so our attention is on becoming the best of ourselves. Express ourselves, the best expression of ourselves. The best expression of ourselves is nothing shorter than this unlimited, intelligent, infinite love, infinite creative being. If you want to call that God, it's fine, so be it. But that is what we are saying, aiming to be. So we have to be prepared. We have to, nothing is not intellectual. Intellectually, you take knowledge and then you try to put it through the mind. But then it translates to wisdom when you experience it. So wherever that we haven't experienced in the past, then we'll continue to get it. But that's how meditation is helping. You go back and look at it. After getting into it, so people are going through various situations faster, more quickly. And so that we come out of it, become stronger and stronger and stronger. It's going to happen. It's going to happen, but it's fun. You will immediately ask the question, hey, what is in it here? Rather than first thing blaming somebody, say, what is the learning that I'm getting here in this situation? That's how we move to. From an external through, we move immediately internal. What am I learning for any situation, dear friends? Just give an example. If for travel, if we lost, meaning if we spend, let's say, 50,000 rupees extra for travel, we know that is not required, then immediately question at some point and say, why did it happen? Where did I not use my energy appropriately that now this money has gone somewhere? Think about it. If you're spending a lot of money suddenly on medical expenses of generally what can be healed, then you can say, why am I spending lakhs for my parents or this and that? Am I not utilizing my energy inappropriately? Because everything is energy. It's got to be circulated. Money is energy. It's condensed form of energy. It's got to be circulated well. So why did this happening? Nothing comes free, right? So you put some effort on it. This comes with your energy. And then so why is it happening? Question yourself and say, am I using it right way? In the same money, you can use it somewhere, or you can use it to you feel like you're going to spend a lot of money on just trying to get healed suddenly because they had to admit somebody for emergency. Maybe you're not responsibility enough to push the people around to get them to meditate, or you've not done an adequate action rightly, or always delaying things. We always question every aspect of life with an aim that our energy must be utilized in the most appropriately. Our energy, whatever that we have, must be utilized in the most appropriate way. And if we are continuously about it because we are wise and we keep applying it appropriately, energy, we don't speak unnecessarily because that's energy. The more we do the interpersonal appropriately, then it's conserved, and then so you have less and less, because we're learning, being mindful and learning, and so less and less of the old situation that we're going to face again to us. So we can wait for crisis, or we can be proactive about taking the knowledge and then keep on applying it in our daily life. So, dear friends, message is that we make friendships for sure, and then identify if you have somebody as a mentor, but go through a few more weeks, and then as you go through, then you perhaps understand and then look and say, okay, he's someone who can help me, and then make mentors where possible. It needn't be one, but it always helps. Always helps. Relax yourself. Let's go into meditation once again. Today is emotional intelligence. So we'll understand more how meditation helps us to make friendships. We are doing breath mindfulness meditation, anapanasati. Our goal is to empty the mind, and we observe our normal natural breath to empty the mind. And the mind is empty, we become one with everything that exists. Everything is emptiness according to quantum physics. So when mind is empty, then we experience that emptiness everywhere, all around. Relax yourself, sit comfortably. Dear friends, most certainly, ultimately clarity is all we need. We know that. Health and energy, these will be naturally be given automatically as we are practicing meditation. But clarity, there is no limit to it, right? Should I do this or should I do that? Everything is about spending energy, time, money, material, everything. So most certainly meditation is helping us gain that clarity more and more and more at the end, because the more clarity we have, the more infinity of enjoyment we can embrace. Clarity to do or not do, and clarity to which one to do. That's also there. Do not do. And then when you have multiple options, then which one to do? How much to do? So as a week of emotional intelligence, if IQ is what gets you hired, EQ is what gets you promoted. So emotional intelligence is so important. Meditation is giving us tremendous amount of energy into the life. So it's increasing our passion for many things. When we learn purpose of life, we also understand a little more. But increasing passion for life, because we are aligning constantly to what we want to have. So it gives a tremendous amount of energy. Meditation is increasing our neural pathways, networks. So we are learning, it's making us learn. So whatever we take up materially, we're going to have so much of energy. And then we get actually our learning ability is increasing. So we get better and better at whatever we're learning to be successful. The third one, friendships. If SVB sir has been a very successful business leader, you must talk to him to understand. I'm sure will take his message, but he's taking care of his people significantly. Friendships, he makes so much of connections with everybody. Born meditator, sir must be, but we all can be that way. We all can increase our capability to interact with more and more people with meditation, because meditation is helping us make those friends. I used to be quite a bit of introvert. My world of people used to be very, very small. 91, I graduated. All the way till 2001, my world of people are very, very small. Circle of understanding and then friendship increased significantly after 2002. More so 10 years later, as I went more deeper and deeper into various aspects of this. So everyone can develop that, rather than saying that I do not have the ability to make connections or be with people. I just don't feel I'm an introvert. This concept of introvert has to be going away. So emotional intelligence is how we are making great relationships. So emotional intelligence, let me share this slide. Meditation is increasing the emotional intelligence. Emotional intelligence can be classified or can be understood in these 5 areas: self-awareness, self-expression, inspiration, empathy, engagement. Self-awareness is we are being aware of every moment of our time, whether it is wakeful time or in the meditation time. We are aware of what's happening in our body with ourselves, in our mind, our emotions, our thoughts, our reactions. When we are aware of what's happening, then we have an opportunity to change it. Yesterday, when we learned about this learning, doing, being concept, meditation is giving us that spark to be aware in that moment so that we can draft a different response, take a different response, right? And then from being frustrated because somebody is bullying us and then about to burst out, instead we took a different response of being patient and forgiving, right? So that is that self-awareness, helping us recognize and then change in response to something else. Self-expression is putting your needs positively in front rather than all the time. So far, let's accept it. We've been living, for many people, the life has always been for my children, my parents, my spouse, my family, my community. Many times they are doing because they've been told to do. Many times they're doing because they take pride in doing for others, even though they just suffer inside. Manipuraka is his third center. Is money outside, inside is empty. The wanting to be seen with others, wanting to be managing others, wanting to get that recognition from others is this Manipuraka, third center. Outside it's money, it's all great, but inside it is empty. So there is no happiness deep inside, but it's all outside, we're just trying to manage. Self-expression helps us to go beyond, and then it is telling us what we need is important as opposed to because we've been told to do and then this and that. So you express what you need, what is important, you claim what is important so that you actually start living your life the way you want it. Inspiration is how, as a meditator, we start inspiring others because in everything we do, we are impeccable. Everything we do, we're impeccable. We become impeccable in whatever we do. We become the best, detail oriented. So then we start inspiring people. Empathy is understanding, putting ourselves in other shoe before we take an action. Empathy is understanding, one. Second, empathy is understanding, not only putting ourselves in other shoe, but also recognizing that everybody has their own evolution, have their own understanding. They're also evolving. So naturally, we become more and more close to other people. And then engagement, dear friends, engagement is about when you recognize that your happiness multiplies by working with others, enabling others, then you start engaging. You become a natural leader to do many things with people. So let's understand these one by one. So self-awareness, our emotions, our thoughts, our reactions. Recognizing, is it positive? We go back and look at those four levels of thought: disastrous, negative, positive, miraculous. Where is my thought right now? What is my emotion? The moment we see somebody carrying a body, am I going back, falling back into my old emotional self? Something that has happened maybe 10 years ago. When somebody in a meeting provoking us by making a stronger comment, what's my reaction to that person at that point? So the meditation, as we are reducing our thoughts, since we are constantly are in touch with ourselves, and so that's the awareness. And then the moment we identify, if there is a big problem, financial issue is there, if there is a big problem, what do we do? First, we have to understand where is the problem, right? When there is a problem, we have to understand where is the problem. So identifying the problem is one of the big things. In the morning, you wake up and your water tank is empty. So you got to figure out what happened here. Was there any leaks? You got to go and then check all the taps if there is a leak. Or a flush is leaking, whatever that may be, right? You got to go and inspect. And so when you identify there is a problem, then of course, then it is easy to fix it. So biggest challenge is in identifying where am I? Well, all our relationships are breaking down because of the ways we react, right? The way we express our emotion. Our outer world is created based on how we think. So our thoughts are about what we're creating, emotions are about how well we can gel with others. So if your meditation is helping us identify it pretty quickly. The moment we identify this is what we are, then like that spark, the moment it gives us, then it's easy. Then we are able to abstract, are able to bring up a different response, patience response, compassionate response, understanding response. So meditation, because this is happening, so a lot of people, when they are angry, but particularly people who are having a lot of anger issues, where outburst issues, slowly they go into depression because sometimes you just do it big, right? When there is a great opportunity and then there you just burst out and then lose it. And then the environment puts so much pressure on us, the family, and then people and say you're like crazy, you're fit for nothing. If they are the kind of words we hear, actually because we lost a major opportunity for ourselves, and then so there is a lot of pressure, of course. And so people go into depression. You stop talking, you just hold yourself so because you don't know when you burst out. But deep inside you want to express. So that goes away for meditators because as now the anger is getting controlled, we gain so much confidence. So basically, first thing that happens is gaining confidence because we are in control of ourselves, isn't it? The moment we have confidence, then we are ready to start expression. We become confident, and then this is also called mindfulness, by the way. Self awareness is equal to mindfulness, it is giving us mindfulness. Mindfulness of thinking, mindfulness of talking, mindfulness of eating, mindfulness of everything that we do. Self awareness is leading to mindfulness. Mindfulness is to be in the present moment and experience the current experience non judgmental to the best possible. Be in the present moment with non judgmental self awareness. John Kabat-Zinn puts it nicely. Be in the present moment with non judgmental awareness. So that means when you are meeting your neighbor, you are meeting the neighbor as if you are non-judgmentally. So there's no, you might have knowledge about the past, but then you are not attaching a color to it. As it is there. There's no interpretation of it. Yesterday was yesterday. Today is fresh day. So non-judgmentally, you are being again talking, not carrying what has happened yesterday. So meditation leads to mindfulness, non-judgmental awareness. Meditation is for understanding of self. Mindfulness is a part of it. In the present moment, what I do, I want to be walking while walking. That's the concept, right? Being very open to whom I meet, being very open to what I see, being very open to the flowers around when you're walking, so that we observe the nature, we be with the nature, all of that mindfully, right? This mindfulness. Meditation is much, much grander version of it. So self-awareness is significantly improved because fundamentally we are observing our thoughts, emotional patterns, reaction patterns. Why is it happening? Because we're taking out all the, every day we are not giving attention to the various thoughts. So naturally the volume of thought is going away, right? 95% of the thought is redundant, unnecessary. So all of that is slowly getting reduced. So we have an opportunity now to, our cognitive brain has an opportunity to pay attention because you reduce clutter. It takes time over a period. But then initial days itself, suddenly there is a huge, like anything, like that 80-20 rule, right? Initial few days of meditation, suddenly there is 80% of unnecessary stuff is gone. Always works that way. And so the moment 80% of unnecessary things are gone, still 20% are there, which are a little more deep rooted. But 80% is gone. So we got an opportunity now to start looking at it, right? We got an opportunity. If our closet has got, full of stuff dumped in everything, and you got to find what you need, you can't even find. We get crazy because there are so many things out there, pile of stuff. But think of an 80% is removed. And I'm sure you agree that the remaining 20% are there, even though unnecessary stuff is there, but easy to start looking at it. Easy to identify what we need. So it's like that. So because of the thoughts are reduced, dear friends, and we become start paying attention, become very aware. And also because meditation is helping us to not get overcome with these emotions, not get overtaken by these emotions. And so that is also giving us a more clearer mind that emotional body emotion is not giving unnecessary signal to make our cognitive mind occupied, right? So it's slowing down. So cognitive mind is not occupied. So cognitive mind can pay attention to the present moment. So we gain confidence, we become very mindful. And when we become mindful, and then as we're developing these qualities, dear friends, with meditation, we start giving. We become cool, then we allow others to become cool, right? We don't hesitate them, so naturally they become cool. You start giving that patient's response, so others also learn from us. It's just that the fragrance, that's all. So we start giving. If we don't have that, then we don't. If you are an angry person constantly and then shouting, then obviously you expect the other thing or the other one also will be doing that. That 7 Essene mirrors of relationships, one must read 7 Essene mirrors of relationships. First mirror is about what my thought is, what I attract, the kind of people in my life. More than 99% are just that. So thoughts change, emotions change, my internal vibration change, automatically attract people of the right nature, or the people around me will change. That's why people say, I'm seeing, yesterday we heard with Divya, when I start changing, my husband also seen significant change in my husband. It has to happen. That's why we stop changing other people, we start changing by ourselves, right? So self-awareness is, dear friend, is number one. Self-expression is the second most important to reclaim in the process of changing ourselves. The first thing is to be nice to ourselves, and then to be respecting ourselves, to honor ourselves, right? To love ourselves, and all of this happens only when we have a handle of our emotions, number one, so that we don't so so that we don't have this inner dialogue of, no, I'm a jerk, I just can't do it, I am just always giving away, right? Because we feel hurting, or when we release an emotion, so obviously others around are also disturbing, so we feel have a huge inner dialogue of self pity and self empathy, self stuff, right? We lower ourselves quite a bit, low self esteem, all of that is happening. So self awareness and self expression together will make us first change inside out. That means we start loving ourselves, we start liking ourselves, because we got control on emotions, number one. So first, we're not causing any hurt to others or to ourselves. And then second, then, is the suppressed thing. The self-expression is about whatever that your interests are, which you have suppressed for the sake of others, now you start expressing. Because we're worried, if you found a fault in the design of a senior person, but then you can't express it because you think that if you express it, then the other person may potentially carry that feeling, and then later on he might give you a bad remark. So the fear of is a survival fear. So for various reasons, we hold on to a lot of fears: fear of survivals, fear of looking bad. We want to express. We're not sure if I say a comment about something as part of a review, then if I'm not wrong, then people will fear of looking bad. But we feel like expressing. We may be perhaps right, but they feel expressing, but we have this fear of looking bad, and as a result, we don't express it. So by not expressing, we're holding it back. And then potentially, so many situations in life we hold back, we don't express. Or somebody has told us, parents told us, you must behave this way, so we do that way, even though we don't like it, right? Wake up every day at 5:30 a.m. You must. I want to sleep a little longer, but you must. 7 o'clock, you must go to bed. Oh my God, I have seen this. I mean, this is so sad. Domesticating children. When you domesticate animals, but you can't domesticate children. By putting these harsh rules, the kid doesn't want to sleep, but then you put to sleep and the 7:30 sleep, switch off the lights, and then just make it so hard. It's called domesticating children. Think about it. If you're doing that, and in the name of discipline, and we're domesticating them, and animals we domesticate, same thing we do. Is that what we want? So different. So that's how the self-expression is lost for them. When we're angry, and then we lose a lot of self-expression because we've been told to do certain things, behave in a certain way. So all of that will be gained back difference, because in order to love ourselves, in order to be, we have to be happy with ourselves. And so meditation is bringing all that back. If you gave up your music, if you gave up your art, if you gave up your dance, because art, music, dance are the first thing we want to claim back. Infinite enjoyment they give. And so we claim that back into our life immediately. And then so we start expressing, we start learning music, like my mother. At the age of 65, she started learning music. She's singing happily in front of one person, or in a big class. When Patri sir goes, every time he makes us sing a song in any session if she's there. She doesn't bother about sings well or not well, but she's enjoying it. So we bring it out, like Meena Joishar. She's attracting a beautiful synchronicity. So dear friends, when we become self-expressive, we automatically bring about positive actions, because now we start liking, we're expressing, we put positive pressure, we question things positively, we're not arrogantly, we question things positively, we start trying to break the status quo, we start trying to break the old beliefs positively. We have to, because we've just been told, hey, cat crosses, don't cross. And then for that we lose half an hour, and then perhaps we're going to miss our train or bus. right? We start looking at things and then we start expressing small things to big things, dear friends, and then we start living the life the way we want it. So we start enjoying, we get gaining the things, we start enjoying. When you start enjoying, then you have less inner dialogue. If people are making comments that, oh, women should work, stay at home, why are they going out for work? When those comments are still there. Come on, we recognize that every individual is here for their own experience. They're here for their own experience. So they're not limited to only cooking a house or making care, whatever that is there in their thing that they want to do, must do. And so we start expressing it. Earlier, we worried what happens to this and that. Nothing is going to happen. We only have to express it, and then our marriage will still be intact. Our relation will be still intact because we are positive, we're not arrogant. We're trying to take them through the understanding that we have. So we become quite composed. We are truthful. The moment we start expressing ourselves, then we are truthful. If we start liking and doing what we do, a lot of children many times they cannot be truthful because they just say to please us, but deep inside they're not. But as they start experiencing what they're looking for, then becoming more and more truthful. And with a self-expression, dear friends, we don't find the need to prove our points. The moment, the moment we are gaining happy inside, then we don't need seek approval from others. As we start becoming happy because we're expressing it and then we're doing it, we're claiming it. Every day I'm going to take an hour for learning my music. So you got it. You no longer are saying that, no, I got to clean my home and do this and do that, take care of my in-laws and this and that. So you got it. So you're no longer accepting that meeting at 8 o'clock in the night, every day. Your boss is taking you for a ride and saying, okay, every day puts a meeting at 8, then you're no longer accepting the 8 p.m., you're no longer accepting that. You're telling him, hey, look, this yoga is important for me. I got to go for it. This meditation class is important for me. I'm going for it. And so we express it. First, it has to change inside. When it changes inside, automatically we create outside. And so we stop proving our points in various business settings. We don't prove our points anymore. We don't argue things anymore. It's not necessary. What is required, we tell. And then so with the self-expression, dear friends, as we are gaining happiness, first thing that happens is we stop arguments. You have a viewpoint, I have a viewpoint. He is expressing, she is expressing, I'm expressing. So this is where it comes to. Of course, the leader is there always to decide on any conflicts. If there are two people are giving different opinions, the leader is there always. Leadership should be only for that. Enable people primarily to do their own job, and only when there is a conflict of opinion or where you have to make a decision, leader just comes in the picture. Not making all decisions all the time. So we stop feeling the need for proving a point, dear friends. And as a result, naturally we become very close and close and close with people. We'll stop here for today. And then understand the remaining part of this emotional intelligence. So self-awareness, self-expression, inspiration. So we've got inspiration, empathy, and then engagement. We understand these on Friday to understand this subject. But each one is an increasing order of engaging with people. First, we get better with self-awareness and self-expression. And then as we stop arguing with people, then we start building good relationships. As we are telling positively with positive pressure, it's called positively, we are bringing out points of what we want, people also like it. We develop the idea to acknowledge feelings and then we put up what we want, as opposed to cut somebody directly. Thank you, dear friends, for joining for this program. It's always good to understand this class. And SVB sir, as a very successful business leader, and everything is in the context of developing friendships, developing relationships. The whole emotional intelligence is about relationships. So as a successful leader, your points on your tips to us.
Mr. Chandra, after hearing from you, there is nothing that I have to say. You have said so much of knowledge you have gained throughout your life. And in addition to meditation, I think all participants are able to get a good variety of information from you. And you talked about today on many subjects like networking, how it is important for the persons, either in business or in the life, also to succeed. And also, we choose, as you rightly said in all previous occasions, we choose your life to become so and so's son or daughter. And once you commit, then you will have to see to it that you are able to meet all the expectations. Yesterday, Ms. Divya spoke very well about her problem to start with. After that, she was able to understand, yes, I have born this world to live with so and so. I had to get married to so and so. So therefore, I had to live happily. So there is a meditation, how it helps her, and how she has been able to come up in her life, not only in her examination, but also in making herself taking new classes for the meditation through various sources. And no doubt, I think this explanation given by you today is very, very useful, particularly about self-awareness and self-expression. Certainly, it is going to help everybody to really make their life rich. And many more you are going to share with us, as you said, day after tomorrow, and we are all waiting for that. With this, I thank Chandra for your elaborate knowledge and wisdom being shared with us. Thank you.
Thank you, sir. Thank you, SVB, sir. We will listen in during this program some of your success stories. Maybe we just have another 2 weeks of just the whole relationships and how they help you in your business in many times. Thank you. And Justice Rajendra ji, any observation?
Yeah, 1 minute. Really, one thing I know is I've heard knowledge is power, and I have read, but I've not seen a man who read so much who can clearly establish, explain, make other people understand. And hats off to Chandraji. I should first thank SCB sir to bringing me into this. After a long time, I'm coming into meditation. But then, here is a person who makes people understand. Teachers or a person who preaches must make him understand. This is what Chandraji is doing. Really a great job. After doing a very big in the business circle, he has come down and doing a very good human service. We all thank you, sir. And really, I enjoyed every moment and I'm enjoying it. Thanks to SPB, sir, and Karthikeyan. And your work should be appreciated. And I'm taking in my own way to bring you to another level also. All the best. And thanks to all of you, sir.
Wonderful, Rajendra. That's great. Yes, we're always grateful to people who introduce because it's a lifelong, and then SVB sir is that way. Sir, how are you enjoying your meditations?
That's why I'm saying. Enjoying meditation every day, I'm enjoying. Though initially I said even the expressions I was not able to get immediately. As we think, as our mind is always flooded with many things, as we are dictating only judgments, our mind is always busy. But now I can understand that we can stabilize the mind in a better way by meditation. Meditation is doing a good, definitely empowerment is more.
Thank you, Rajendra. That's great to have you every day. Very great attitude to be there and inspire. And you are there in the screen every day. Yes, if you can do it, I can do it. It always happens. A lot of inferiority complex for many of us. So it's great to have you and then with positive feedback and comments for the session. Thank you all, dear friends. And I'll request Meena Joyshir after the break to tell us about her little manifestation, not little, big manifestation experience she wishes to share, all right, after the break. And thank you all, and we meet you back again tomorrow. Tomorrow is, again, we have something different. I think breakout day, so we'll experience that tomorrow. Thank you all. Have a great day. Yes, Meenaji.
Hello. Hi, everybody. This is Meena Joyshir. I shared this in our book clubs, but I'm so excited. When we started doing manifestation, it just came to me that I was dancing in this slim, beautiful ballroom gown in the Rockley Country Club. Uh, it just came to me, and my reality is like so much different than that. Like I'm 3 sizes heavier. My back has issues, so I'm very happy to walk. So dancing is not something that, I mean, I don't know. It's like it's not real for me that I could be dancing, but the manifestation felt so real. And this Rockley Country Club where I was dancing is a exclusive members only club. And I mean, I wasn't going to go spend thousands of dollars on a membership to go dance there, even if all the other things come true. And suddenly, out of the blue, my friend called me yesterday, and she invited us to her son's wedding in July of 2021 in exact same club, like in exact the same club. And I'm like, oh my God, universe is manifesting this for me. So now if this is happening, then of course I'm going to lose weight. Of course my back is going to get better. And of course I don't know how to dance, but I would learn ballroom dancing and dance. So I'm just so excited that this manifesting thing works. Like I think I was skeptical, but my feeling was so real that I was even looking for the ballroom gown to see which one will look nice on me. It just amazes me that this thing, number one, works, and number two, that I mean, if I could do it, anybody could do it. It's amazing. Thank you, Chandra sir.
Wow. The same, how often that will happen? Same club, exact club that you get an invite to be part of it, something that you've been visualizing about. And now that you have to dance, you'll have to get rid of the backache.
Yes.
That only it is going to happen. It is got to. See, that's how it works, right? What is necessary to make that happen, to your experience real, and the reverse is working. In order to, for you to have a beautiful experience of dancing, and then if it requires several aspects of the body to be healed, they have to be healed.
Yep.
So,
It feels real. It feels very real now. I could see it. I couldn't have done it without your guidance and without all of this Buddha CEO Foundation. So thank you from bottom of my heart.
wonderful. That's great. Thank you. Anybody else? Such synchronicities. I mean, this is for her to feel that it is on the way, right? Experience is not there yet, but a clear proof that it is on the way. Dr. Mangesh, would you like to share how your experience sessions have been?
Yes, sir.
Not been seeing you on the screen.
I'm working on something, so I thought after getting that, I'll share it.
Okay. When we see you, we know that you're working on something.
Oh, thank you.
If we don't see you, we don't know that you're working on something. Why not? Please show us, and we always.
I'm here, sir. Every day I'm here.
Yes. Okay, that's great. So you're on to something. Okay, good. We have to be on.
As you said, it gave me a signal that it is happening. So I shared it with you. So
Yes, you're also that your intuition getting stronger to find water. Share that experience.
yeah, I my brother-in-law has got a farmland, and then he wanted to put a borewell into it, and they were searching in that area. At least 600 to 800 feet, you don't have water. It's nearby the Chelikere. It's very dry land there. Someone said, why don't you ask your mother, and then wherever she points it out, you just put a borewell there. Then my mother-in-law said, no, let Sridhar do it. I was very scared about it because they're spending money on it, and then if I put a wrong point, then it'll be a problem. So then every family, all the people said, oh, no, you have to choose it. There is no go. So then I went there, and then there is a tree in Telugu we call it as Jemmi Chettu. I don't know what we call in English. It's a tree with the small leaves and thorns, which we pray as a holy tree.
and that's there in between the field. And then I just went there and then touched it and then prayed, saying that somehow I felt that all the plants and then trees which are there knows the source of the water, and that's how they are surviving. So I just went to the tree and then touched it, and then in my mind I just meditated, saying that you know where the source is, so if you can let me know, and that source will help a lot of other beings to be happy in this field, including trees and then people and then animals, whatever come into it. And then I went around and then I just felt three places in a triangular form. One is the place where I'm standing, and then another place is where the tree is, and then other place is where my father-in-law was standing. So I was confused which one to choose. And then I knew these are the three places which could be, and then I can't touch the tree because it's a holy tree, and then the place where I am, and then the place where my father-in-law is standing. And suddenly I see a flock of birds coming out of nowhere onto my head, and then going towards the tree, and then going to my father-in-law, where my father-in-law is standing, and then vanished. And then something said to me that the place where my father-in-law is standing could be the place. So I just took a dare step and said, declared it, saying that that could be the place. And they drilled it. I mean, I just came off from there to Bangalore, and then next day morning I was in the meditation, and till 6 o'clock, because they were supposed to start drilling from 3:30, 4 o'clock, Brahmi Muhurta something. And then till 5:30 I didn't get any response. I thought maybe it failed. And then just before meditation session started at 5:45, I just called them up and then said, you people didn't call me, what happened? And they said, you know what, at 30 feet we got tremendous water. Then they started sending all the videos of water blushing out. And then I was so surprised. And then I was so happy. And I had this sense of energies, but this is the first time I could interact with nature. And then when I didn't know how I did it, whether I did it or nature did it, but it happened. I could feel that oneness of interaction with the nature, and then I felt nature has got so much to give us, and then it's only that we need to be aligned to it, in line with it. That gives us much more things to do. That's what I felt.
Yeah.
I still couldn't believe. I mean, I still can't believe it's done. But
Believe it's done. Yes. It's wonderful. That's the way Balasundarji expresses that I am interacting with the plants and the trees more.
true.
I'm communicating. So that's what you're doing. Something tells you that, go and then be with it. And then you pay close attention to the birds. Always the signs are there. Always the signs are there. Nature coming your way. So you sort of, there are things that are telling us. Even if they didn't was there, your intuition is telling us. Great to know that story, Sridhar Swamiji.
I didn't want to become that as such.
Okay. Thank you all, dear friends. It's great to share this. And we'll meet back tomorrow again. Team facilitators, we have a meeting. Thank you. We'll see you soon. Have a great day.